And back here live at Country Radio Seminar 2023. Day goes fast and furious, and we get them in while we can. Thanks to sponsors out there, Bangtail Whiskey, Gentle Ben Spirits, and of course our friends at HonkyTonk. Texas, back here live at the Omni, CJ Garden, Kirsty Krause, and of course the whole team there. Be sure to give us a like out there. Across all the digital platforms, still more great shows to come here over the next few days and hours too as well. Pleased to welcome in one of our favorites here. And I met this guy a couple of years ago, and legend in country music. Needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you one anyway. T.G. Shepard here, the backstage pass. What's up, buddy?
Oh, man, good to be with you. How you been?
It's been busy trying to keep this thing going. Whiskey and lemon and honey and tea. And
if anything will do it, that will.
That will try to do it. Cough drops do not work for me anymore. Well, tell about this. What brings you here this year, too? I know you're excited. You've done these before. Your CRS
Well,
too
you
as
know,
well.
this year's kind of special because I have a new duet that just came out last week with, believe it or not, Anne Margaret and Pete Townsend of The Who. And it was released, a remake of the old Everly Brothers hit, Bye Bye Love. And of course, I'm still touring every week and doing my Sirius XM show on Channel 58 Prime Time.
Yeah, you've had some amazing guests on there. I love that show. Get to listen to it every time you put out great guests, great content, great music. Talking about how that's going and just how much fun you're having doing that.
Well, you know, I didn't realize how hard it was until I started doing that, interviewing people. Now I know why you make the big bucks.
He's the hardest working man in Texas, I'll tell you what.
It's fun to be able to sit down with friends that you think you know, and then when you interview them, you find out things you didn't know about that person or group or whoever. But it's been a lot of fun for me. It's a very successful show on Live Country and has a very large audience, which helps propel everything else I do.
Talk to me about that Rockabilly Hall of Fame 2021. When you got that notice, how'd that feel?
Well, it was, you know, to be inducted into the Rockabilly Hall of Fame is something, but anytime you're acknowledged for what you do, it's kind of special. And you never get used to hearing your name called out for things like that. I don't. I mean, I'm still pinching myself every day with what I do for a living. I mean, I'm very blessed to do what my dreams came true, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to wake up and do what you love. And
I get paid for it.
Well, I know. They keep going.
Some days.
Yeah, absolutely. But being a kid as a writer and stuff I've done, to me sitting in the room sometimes, you know, new blocks, songs cut by other artists, working with people who it sets you back a figure. Like that, you have to take breath up around and go.
Well, you know, I think when you get to a point in your career that you take it for granted and it's not exciting anymore, it's time to what you do. And I'm not there yet. I still love what I do, and it's still exciting. I still love the road life. It's getting more complicated with airlines and stuff making flights now. But then when you walk on that stage and you hear the applause, there's nothing, you know what it's like. There's nothing like it in your life. It's addicting.
It is. Well, I say anywhere is great for a little while.
Yeah.
That's how I've always been in my heart. Like, I grew up in Oklahoma with a cattle ranch, and I couldn't wait to get out. And I love coming back home. It's funny when you leave, you're like, man, I sure do miss that place.
Yeah.
But a couple of weeks of anywhere, and just that constant moving, constant going, it just, for me, it feeds me as a writer and as an artist. You know, I get to experience things like you have, and, you know, over 21 number ones, you know. I mean, that's phenomenal. So you've got a lot you've had to say over the years, and you got people inspired like yourself, inspired music.
Oh, man, thank you. That means a lot. You know, I never dreamed of having 21 number one records. I kept thinking if I could get maybe one or two number ones, you know, that would be great.
Yeah.
I look now and at some of the songs that we do in our concerts every day, and I every time I break into another one, I'll go, wow, did I really do all of this? And I'm really fortunate to have had great songs. Of course, you know, the songs is what makes an artist's career. And exposure like this makes you good. But no, I'm still as excited to get on the road and do shows and everything today as I did in the beginning.
You've done the national spokesperson, and I love the coffee. I drink it a lot too when I buy it. Folger's been out there a long time for a lot of people. Love the coffee. What that relationship you and Folgers, and just
Well, the
Best coffee.
commercial was very good for us. I was involved with that. In the early 80s when we got involved with it. And best part of waking up is Folgers when you got it.
It's a standard now.
It's a standard.
I don't even drink a ton of coffee, but I know that song and I know what voters.
And I do that song at my shows. But I'm a big race fan. I love NASCAR like a lot of people do. And to have had the T.G. Shepard Folgers race team for 7 or 8 years. The drivers that we had, like Tim Richmond and Mark Martin and Joe Button and Ken Schrader. Wow, I mean, to go to the track on Sunday and stick your head under the hood of your own car, it's get your name on it. I mean, did that get any better than that?
Yeah, living
It's been, oh yeah.
You know, it's like growing up as a kid. You got this vision whenever you got reality.
Yeah.
Been doing this for a long time, and I love greatest entertainer of all time, hands down, Elvis Presley. Close friend. I got to talk to one of his stepbrothers on the show last year. Had some amazing stories come out. Billy Stanley joined me on a podcast we did. Your relationship with Elvis, I know he meant a lot to you as well. That was with the show on Elvis Radio Sirius XM too.
Well, to have had him as a friend, wow, everybody dreams of that, And to have him believe in me enough to give me my first tour bus as a gift. Wow. I mean, somebody the other day asked me, said, what's the greatest gift that your friend Elvis ever gave you? Was it the bus? I said, no. What he gave me by giving me the bus was the gift of confidence. That if he believed in me enough to give me that kind of gift, I had to work hard not to let it down. So, well, yeah, he was a great friend. And Billy Stanley, you mentioned Billy. Elvis asked me to hire him one time to give him a job, and I did. So I felt close to Billy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, because he's being a young guy coming out and being an artist. I don't know how you are, but you got to have that confidence. You got to have that something fed to you that way. We have our own insecurities, and we love what we do, but everybody out there has to love it and see it. And so you step out on stage and you play, and I'm pouring my heart out, just like these guys are. So when someone like Elvis or something does something like that, gives you a leg up.
It's mind blowing.
It can change.
Telling
well,
you.
Yeah, I mean, you're fighting back the tears just out of gratitude.
The day he gave me the bus, I went out to Graceland and I said, Elvis, I don't even have a band yet. And you gave me a bus? He said, no, look, I gave you this bus, but now you're paying for no band. So we actually got in the bus, and he drove that bus to my house.
What?
Wow. On that
awesome.
bus. And it was but he was a great friend.
That's really awesome to have that experience. I remember going through that the first time. I really didn't have an experience of Elvis growing up in my era generation, but I knew the songs. But when I went to his house and I looked at that, it was breathtaking. The records on the walls, what he accomplished in such a short time, it was mind-blowing. What he did for music.
He's been gone twice as long as his career. That's crazy. I mean, wow. You believe 45, 6 years.
To have that kind of impact.
Yeah. Wow. I asked him one day, I said, Elvis, how in the world did you get here and be Elvis Presley? I said, do you enjoy being Elvis? He said, are you crazy? I love it. But I mean, he said, I just dreamed of doing it. And I dreamed of walking out on stage and seeing thousands of people hear me sing. And he said, one day I dreamed it long enough that I walked out and there they were. The people were there. So he was a great guy.
Well, I got a question because we had a conversation before.
Yeah.
I was telling you in my set, my wife does Zombie into a Love Him Everyone. And I've always wanted to know the story of that song, like how that happened, what came about, like how did you end up with that thing?
Well, my record producer at the time was a guy named Buddy Killen, who owned Tree Publishing Company, and I found the song, and it's the song that's kind of in a minor key when it first starts out, and it just kind of catches your ear.
It catches you. So good.
And I don't know. I just happened to hear the song at the right time and wound up recording it. And it not only went #1 country, but it went top 20 pop.
That's amazing.
Top charts. And now, the other day, somebody sent me a video of Jake Owen singing it. He does it in his sound check.
Oh, well,
So to know that you're singing that song, that makes me feel really great.
Oh, I'm honored. Like I said, you know, you big influence.
Oh, wow.
I'm so proud, and I love it. I mean, that's my era. I grew up in, and you know, I can listen to the radio, listen to you, listen to Keith Whitley and all those other guys.
And I can't wait to have you back on. I love visiting with you every time you come on with me and we do these shows.
I always enjoy being
I appreciate you so much. And the legend T.G. Shepard, I know there's more to come. 21 #1 hits, and of course Elvis Radio on Sirius XM. Be sure to catch the show.
Well, it's on
Prime Country. Prime Country. Gotcha. So Prime Country channel 58, which I listen to a lot out there. Get your subscription if you don't have it there. And of course, thanks for being with us. And my friend, we're gonna do this again, no doubt.
I hope so.
More to come. Stay tuned.